going to talk about distance learning and inquiry and how that might look in the classroom. I will be sharing assessment information with you. And finally, we'll have some exploration time. So I'll introduce you to some other sites that you might be able to find sources and resources. And then we'll get out of here. And hopefully we'll be out of here by about 2:30 and be mindful of your time. I know Ms. Tomlinson is sending out your PD certificates. I'll also be contacting your principal to let you all know that you attended, so that, you know, when you bring them the certificate,
They don't need to do that, Rachel. All that they need to do is, I've got your sign-ins. All you all need to do is go to the log, your PD log, that link, and log it in your log, and you'll be good to go, because it's an in-district thing. So you won't need.
okay, good.
You'll have a certificate for your records if you need it for any other thing, but don't think that you have to send it back to me, because you don't. Okay?
Were we supposed to sign in this afternoon?
No.
No.
Good.
No. All right, so taking informed action. This is kind of at the end of an inquiry. This is that idea of, now that we know this, what are we going to do with this? How are we going to go out and change the world? How are we going to make the world better? How am I going to impact the world? And when I say I'm thinking in terms of a student, because students at every age can do taking informed action. All right? Now, on your tables, there is a stack of cards that looks like this. They're in the corner somewhere. Okay? They're in the corner somewhere. Go ahead and grab those. Kind of shoot a couple around to your teammates. And what I want you to do is, these are all examples of things you can do to take informed action with your students. What I would like you to do, and there's no rhyme or reason, is I want you, and you can do this individually, and then you can kind of look at each other's, is I want you to sort them from easiest to implement to hardest to implement. So think about your context. What are the easiest ones to implement? What are the hardest ones to implement? And you can, like I said, you can do this right on your tables, and then you can talk about these. So think about, you know, some things that would be easy for an elementary student would be easy for high school, but something easy for high school may not be easy for elementary. So think about your context and sort those: easiest to implement, hardest to implement. I think it'll kick back on it. Well, oh yeah. Well, and that's the problem here is that if we get really warm, and then it'll kick on and go quick. So
Easiest to implement, and what else?
Too hard.
no, don't worry about it.
Three sections.
Well, I thought I was reading this one.
From the grade level you're teaching, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So wasn't it something? Oh,
My whole 12 years.
no, it's not your fault. There's a lot of options here. That's what I wanted to know. How did you guys choose the set that goes in your
Right after kindergarten, and then basically. I was like, do you have any sisters? I was like, what's your name?
Oh, yeah, I know.
What do you call her? She said, I'm Scarlett. I was like, sure, hey.
Okay, so what are some things that you guys discovered? What are some easy things that you think your class could do to take informed action? Write a letter to a government official. Exactly. What could you do to make that easy?
For my third graders, you could give them kind of a formatted template to follow that they could then insert.
Okay. Could you ratchet that up to make it a more difficult task? Absolutely. You could absolutely ratchet that up. Okay, what else could you do that's easy to implement? Volunteer. How many of your students volunteer someplace? You know, volunteering is good for the soul. At least I think so. What else?
Create a poster and hang it in a public space.
Yes, that is a very easy way to take informed action. Okay, what else?
Write and perform a song on an issue.
Write and perform a song on an issue. Boy, that is a very rigorous task, but it's something that is easy to put out there, especially with the way that our social media works. Look at all the TikTok challenges of, doing these goofy things that they're doing. I mean, think about how you could use TikTok for good instead of evil. TikTok. Okay, what else? What else would be easy to implement?
Promoting a cause on Twitter.
Okay, promoting a cause on Twitter. When you're getting to high school students, a lot of them have Twitter. You, again, use it for good rather than evil. Okay? A lot of people promote causes all over social media, whether you want them to or not. But think about if you've done an inquiry on an issue, how much more knowledgeable about the issue they can be. What are some of the harder ones to do? Organize a rally. Give us your context. Why would that be hard?
My third graders, just knowing the steps, what all they would have to do, contact, I'm sure legal issues with.
Yes, that would be my fear, is
Yeah.
legal issues. Okay? But where could organize a rally fall in the high school realm? That's more of a medium, I think. I mean, heck, they're always trying to create some kind of high school, so, What else is a hard one?
Organize fundraising event for a cause.
Why is that one hard?
Through school financial means you have to go through.
Yeah, you've got about 47 hoops to jump through when you're talking about that for school, okay? What else? What else is hard?
Present to a local civic organization.
Why is that hard?
Well, for third graders or fourth graders, it would be very difficult. Maybe a high school kid would be more successful with it, but you'd have to do the research and all your facts would have to be correct and your presentation would have to be memorable and eye-catching. There's a lot that goes into it.
Well, did you know that the thing people fear most besides death is public speaking? I mean, it's hard to get up and speak and think about those kids, but I also want you to remember they've done this inquiry on this before then. So you've given them all the tools to do it. It's doable, but it is hard. It is hard. I mean, there are students that excel in the classroom that speak in front of their classmates because you've built that space of trust, but by God, they don't want to get up in front of real adults. What are you talking about? Okay, what else is hard?
Bringing stakeholders together for a classroom forum.
Why is that one hard?
Yeah, we did 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah,
Keep them all day long for class.
yeah. Lots of logistics. What did you notice about this total list? What are some things that you noticed about the list in general? They're all actions. They're all actionable. They're all doing something. Is there variety? Is there at least one or two things that you could pull out of here and try with your students in any grade? Yeah. These cards are, all they are is Google Slides, and when I printed them up, I put 4 slides on a piece of paper and cut them. Another thing you could think about is you could pare this down to a list of 5 or 6 and give students choice as to what they wanted to do. So that's another way to do this. This is on the website, so you can get your own set of cards if you'd like to. Anything else that you think about some of these taking informed actions? There's 3 parts to taking informed. Go ahead and bundle those back up and put them back on the corner for me, and I'll grab them in a little bit. One of the things about taking informed action, there are 3 pieces to it. If you are doing an embedded action, inquiry, these are going to be built in. There are 3 parts. First, you have to understand your issue. You have to know what you're talking about. Now, if you're doing an embedded action inquiry and you're preparing them for this, that's rolled into all of the formative tasks. It's rolled into all the supporting questions. It's rolled into the summative tasks. Everything about that is there. Assess.